When you have you check in your horoscope or your chart that the planets are in bad condition or affecting you in some way, and it's a negative year, then this mantra is good to begin the year with, and to say it for the whole year, for the new year. And like I said, each planet affects you differently. The moon, of course, affects the mind. When you have a problem in the mind, when you're worried about this and worried about that and worried about everything, is the mind affected by the moon. Why the moon affects your mind? Because the moon controls the blood flow, which controls the tides of the earth. So when you are worrying about this and your mind is not stable, it is because the moon is affecting you. That's why you have the word lunatic, lunatic. That's why they have loco. The word loco comes from lunatic also. So now, whenever somebody is acting like a lunatic, that means the moon is affecting them. The moon is affecting the mind, and so you ask the moon to calm the mind. And when the sun is affecting you, the sun, that means it affects your job, it affects your position. The sun is what makes you go home, makes you get up in the morning, makes you come home, makes you go to work. The sun is what determines how you do your day, how you make your day. So if you're having a bad day, guess who's affecting you? The sun. So always it's good to bow to the sun. You want to stop having bad days? Bow to the sun every morning and appreciate the fact that the sun rises. How many of us do that? We don't appreciate the fact that the sun rises. You don't be thankful for the day. So bow to the sun, and the sun, of course, will return you the favor, granting you humility that way. Remember, we are the energy of the sun also. We're here because of the sun. So now, when we eat our plants, when we eat our food, the sun is what makes the chlorophyll, the green vegetables that makes you heal. They tell people with diabetes, eat more green vegetables, because the green vegetables has chlorophyll from the sun, which heals you. Now, if Mercury is affecting you, that means that you're having a lack of knowledge. You have to go to the doctor because you don't know what's happening to you, or you have no knowledge of your life. And when that's the lack of knowledge, that means that Mercury is affecting you, and then you have to pray to get knowledge, which is called a Saraswati, as we say. Or ask the Mercury. Whenever you're having fun and you're enjoying life and you go to a party and you're going to nice places, that means Mercury is in your favor. And then you have Venus. Venus is known as the planet that affects your love life. It's called the goddess of love. When you have love problems, when you can't find the right guy or the right girl, when you can't get married, when you can't be happy in the marriage life, when you're you're having difficulties quarreling, divorcing, separating, Venus affects you that way. Now, it's not the planet affecting you sometimes in whole. It's you creating it. For example, love problems are created by appearance. Do you notice? You ever notice that sometimes when you don't have a good relationship with your mother, you have a bad mother-in-law, or you not have a good relationship with your father, you can't find the right husband. Today we have a lot of single mothers. Because we have some single mothers, the fathers are missing. And all those girls who have single mother as a parent have a problem relating to their husband. Or can't find the right husband. Look at that, you'll see. Because they never had a good relationship with the father. How the father treated the mother is how the karma is going to fall on the child. If the father was very violent with the mother, she will experience violence in her life. So you see, Venus moves according to the parents, what they give you. So if you have a love problem, guess who's to blame? Parents. Because when she was pregnant with you, she did all the problems of love was embedded in the child. So that's why at the time that you're making the baby, that's the time that determines how that baby will survive in the love arena, in the part of love life. So that's how you know that? By looking at Venus. Right? So Venus, if Venus is in your horoscope, together with Mars, Mars is the god of war. What will happen in your love life?
Disaster.
Constant war between you and your lover. Constant war. And that happens a lot. You see that in the horoscope. Mars is of course the god of war, and that's when you have a predominant of Mars. Mars can give you violent surgery, accidents, things like that. It's affecting you, make you quarrel, make you... Mars came in, when Bush got elected, Mars came close to the Earth. So you got war, and so on. So Mars is the planet that creates that. To calm Mars down, you have to pray to the same prayer here, or to pray to Hanuman, which is the god of air. The god of air calms Mars. Because why? It's when you get angry, you breathe hard and you shout hard, and your whole energy of the air changes within the body. So when a person is calm, they don't get affected by Mars. So that's why the Mars planets are very important. Right? And then you have Jupiter. Jupiter is the one that controls your wealth. When you get the Mercedes-Benz, it's because of Jupiter. When you get the BMW, or you get the big house, or the big car, or jewelry, and so on, it's because of Jupiter. Jupiter rules the Swami, the Guru, the teacher. When you meet a good Guru, you've been blessed by Jupiter, the planet Jupiter. When you meet a good teacher, all those who are present here today is affected by Jupiter. Right? Those who didn't get to come are affected by Saturn, which we'll get into Saturn later. But when you're here, because Jupiter has brought you to the point where you can collect knowledge and blessings and so on. So that's why Jupiter is a planet. Doesn't give you bad luck, but it does give you a curse. In other words, you can't hate anyone. You ever notice the very thing you hate, the very comes in your life? Let's talk about that for a minute. You ever notice that the person that you hate the most, you see the most? And so, this girl came to see me, and she said she hasn't seen her boyfriend for so long, right? She hasn't seen the lover for so long. And then, but what keeps coming up is the guy that she doesn't want. Right? Because we have not learned to love. We learn to hate, and therefore hate brings us the person we don't want. You ever notice that sometimes you get a husband just like your dad? Because you hate your dad? You said, I don't want anybody like my dad. I don't want a boyfriend like my dad. I want a husband like my dad. And guess what you get? The same exact husband like your dad. So never good to hate. The very thing you hate, the very thing you... And it works. If you ever wondered why you don't win the lottery, it's because you love the lottery so much that you can't get to it. Right?
Right.
Because you hate everything else. Maybe you should love everything else, and then the lottery will come. You ever notice who win the lottery? Old people who don't need it. Or people who are, when they do win, within 2 days they lose all the money. 2-3 days they don't know how to handle the money. If you don't hate money, right, or over love money, you'll get it. For example, you always say, I want to get money, I want to get money, I want to get money. But the very fact that you love the money more than anything else makes you not get it. Why? Because you're so concentrated on getting the money for the job, you didn't do the job well. If you go to your job with the feeling that you're going to help the world with this job, that you're going to do something that will help the world, when you go to a job and you make a product, or you help make a product, or you help pack some bags of rice or something, you are feeding people. So when you see your job in a different sense, automatically the money comes. The money comes automatically. You never have to work on the money. Take that from me, it really works. Because you're so confident in getting the lottery, you forget about love. You forget about, right? And you say, don't bother me, I'm trying to win the lottery. Don't bother me, I'm trying to win the lottery. That's what wives and husbands do sometimes, right? And so you're so busy trying to win the lottery, you forget everything else. So don't hate anything. Accept everything. You know? Some people say, I don't like to kiss. And some people say, I love kissing. Right? What? The person who says I doesn't like to kiss has now created a thing in their mind, a hatred for that in their mind. And so they never enjoy the kissing. They never enjoy the kissing because they say, oh, I don't want to taste that, I want to put my mouth there, whatever. Because they hate it. It's never good to hate it. When you hate it, then it doesn't benefit you. Right? And so, love what is happening. Some people don't like their own body. Sometimes, oh, I don't like my hair. And then they start losing it. And some people don't like to say the right words. Everything they say is curse. Bad words. Soon time they get hoarse. They lose their voice. I love every part of your body. Love everything. Don't hate nothing. And then you automatically you enjoy it. Right? Right? So the whole idea is just like meeting a boyfriend. I don't like him. The guy comes to you and the guy says, can you have a date and so on? He said, no, you don't like that guy. But if another guy comes and you really like him, he said, yes. Okay, we'll go on a date. Right? So you get to enjoy that. Because you like it. You love it, so you enjoy it. So that's why we need to have knowledge of these things. Why the person doesn't like that guy is because they have no knowledge of that person. Why the person doesn't eat, for example, fish or eggs is because he doesn't like that or so. So all this happens in the mind because of our knowledge. So when we do something, it's because of knowledge. But Saturn is the planet that punishes you. If you remember the book of Job in the Bible, Job was very rich. He had everything. And then one day he lost it all. So God gives you a test, puts you through a test. Saturn is the one that puts you through a test. So when you buy Mercedes Benz, when you buy the house, and you get all the things from Jupiter, we prepare for the test. And the test is how are you going to handle it, how are you going to use it. So whatever God gives you, Saturn watches and says, let me see how they're going to use it. Even the husband, the child, or everything. It's very important that these planets do have an influence, but you are the one who create that influence. You're the one who make the planet affect you. The planet don't affect you like that, like magic. You create that planet to affect you.